Hey everybody, good morning on this beautiful sunny morning. Enjoy this special Rush compilation that I've put together just for you. Keep in mind, these are not the full reviews, so before you dive in, if you haven't seen my actual deep dive analysis, breakdowns, and reviews of the various Rush songs that I've listened to so far, go check them out on my Rosalie Elliott official channel. There is a vast catalog of all kinds of reviews and breakdowns of various songs, the 2112 album, diving deep into the lyrics and the composition. This video is simply a fun compilation of some of the highlights and my favorite moments with Rush. More Rush reactions coming soon, but like I said, make sure to go check out the individual breakdowns for a deep dive analysis. Subscribe, like, comment, share, you know the drill, and enjoy! Hey, wonderful people, welcome back. I got so much in store for you these days, and I'm excited. You have been giving me awesome feedback on one of my latest community posts, where I asked about suggestions for music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, as I'm exploring musicians and work and artists that I should know, but I don't. So thank you so much. And today I'm going to check out Rush. Where is the band Rush from? Toronto. Canadian. Progressive rock, hard rock, heavy metal. Years that they were active was 68 to 97, and then again 2002 to 2018. Studio albums, oh my gosh, a lot of them. What do I need to know about Rush? Comment below and tell me. Let's check out this Canadian rock band, and now I just need to decide if I'm going to listen to Limelight or Free Will. Limelight or Free Will. Ooh, let me just do Limelight. Why not? Oh, that rhythmic switch there was dope. That drummer is nuts. You guys, my goodness. Beyond the lyrics, a lot of times the lyrics pull me in so we can talk about the psychology of it. What pulled me in here, what I was mind blown by, was the rhythm and the way that both drums, guitar, bass kept shifting. They kept switching up rhythms, and there was almost this, how do I say it? But it almost felt like the way that rhythm switched and the catchy hooks. I gotta compose myself. My brain, I feel like I just got smarter, but I can't put in words exactly what just happened. No, guys, I'm done. Good night. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh! My brain just exploded. I still needed it though. Oh my gosh. I am torn between thinking that everything I have ever done in my life, other than my marriage and my children, is mediocre after getting done hearing this. How do you not feel like so inadequate? You hear this and it's like, oh, I feel so small. Let me just say, this is art. And what's interesting to me about Rush is that, and this is just me, for some this may be just very well dishwashing, drive through the grocery store type of music. For me, this is really art in the sense also that it's something that I couldn't just listen to all the time for everything. These masterpieces are like a very intricate, high-level, priceless painting that you don't just slap on your phone as a wallpaper. And if you did, it wouldn't do it justice. They are not just the type of piece that you just hang somewhere in the corner of your kitchen because you wanted to accessorize and decorate a bit. This is the type of masterpiece you would hang up front center in your formal living room, whatever, where you want to really showcase it and do it justice, and it just takes people's breath away when you come in the room. It's not the type of music I'm just going to listen to casually on the side. For one, because there's so much going on, it might be overstimulating for me at times, and I love good rock, and I love, a lot of action and intensity, but there's just so much going on. The switches, the melodies, the various riffs, where it's just like, wow, this is a lot. It feels like a masterpiece to me. And then as I look up right quick where the title comes from, I'm just mind blown. These guys are a Rush for sure. These guys wrote a freaking Morse code song, ultimately. YYZ stands for the identification code of the airport in their near their hometown. So the Toronto Pearson International Airport is near Rush's hometown, and it's the YYZ is the airport identification code. And so I guess they were introduced to that rhythm of that code as Alex Lifeson flew them into the airport. And so the VHF omnidirectional range system at the airport, omnidirectional range system, broadcasts that YYZ identification code in Morse code. So ultimately, the time signatures of this song were Morse code for a freaking airport. Who does that? I hate to stop it right here, but the boom, beautiful, beautiful drum elements. I want to pause real quick for a couple of reasons. For one, copyright. I don't want to get copywritten or blocked. So let me pause and really add to this. I want to comment on this, but also I don't want to lose my train of thought. And I won't say much because I'll summarize in the end. Wow. Again and again and again, I'm seeing how Rush, like I said earlier, has the signature style to them. Very diverse, so many elements, even just the musical composition alone. And I can only imagine some of you listening to this for the first time, getting the album, sitting down, just embracing this and experiencing it. And it being mind-blowing because I feel like, not saying this was the very first band to ever do this, but some of the things they were doing at the time were revolutionary. Some of these bands, we've sometimes take that for granted. We hear certain things, even details like a certain echo or certain synthesizers or certain effects on the voice. We may hear this nowadays and take that for granted. But back then, some of those things were pioneering in the music industry. Some of those things were brand new and new and unique to be able to hear something beyond an amazing live performance to now hearing these effects, hearing these elements, and experimentally things being done with sound, with audio. Listen, Neil Peart, I hope I'm finally saying it right. We've already established he's a beast. The time signatures, I just keep saying it, and I don't want to overdo it. But one of you, rightfully so, mentioned that I don't think Alex Lifeson, am I saying his name right, is getting enough attention. The guitar was beautifully carrying it here. And I want to emphasize that because I know my ears and my responses have been mainly leaning towards Geddy Lee's crazy vocals, the bass today. That stood out to me today. His voice always just very distinct and unique. A texture and timbre in his voice. Neil Peart, I mean, just we keep saying that. But I do, based on, you guys commenting on that a bit, I want to emphasize Alex's work here. Because he's the electric guitar player, right? He is skilled. And the two things that stood out to me was that red thread throughout, those riffs that were carrying the entire track, that really were just like the skeleton of this, but also that solo earlier. Ooh, I didn't want to pause and say much because I didn't want to interrupt during a solo or miss a spot or interrupt us in a spot that, is dearly beloved by you guys. But that was, they're good. What is very unique here, the melody is lingering in my ear. Dung, 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 dung. Different chords, of course, an octave, but that chord progression, that hook is ringing in my ear. I like how it faded out in the end. And the lyrics are interesting because, especially now knowing that it's about that car, this story, if you will, I'm trying to figure out what is the message behind it. Hey everybody, welcome to the Rosalie Elliott Show. On this ride, exploring the band Rush. What do you say about his company is what you say about society. I thought I had explored the full Rush 2112 album, and boy, was I wrong. There's a whole second side to this thing. The mathematicians of music, that is what Rush is to me. A band that I've experienced and explored through this channel, which is really exciting to me. Not wearing my Rush t-shirt today, not sure where it is. I gotta locate it. But I've gotten a Rush t-shirt since. I've been reviewing one song after the other. And you have been patiently waiting for me to finally check out B-side. The vocal range is pretty amazing. His range, you guys, and I have to pause now and then. Bear with me for those who would prefer whenever I listen fully. I try. But there's a lot going on YouTube lately, and I have to be very careful with these claims and strikes and whatnot. So I want to talk real quick. The time signature by Neil Peart are phenomenal. This drummer is a legendary. I am mind blown by the way that he switches his time signatures, the way they carry the whole track. You guys, I feel like whatever I say is not going to do justice to what this band does and who they are. I went from not knowing who what Rush is to becoming a fan. I got myself a t-shirt. I can't wait to show you. Yes, I got the t-shirt. You tell me how often you find me getting the t-shirt for a band that I discover through this channel and through you. I got the t-shirt. I am so humbled, continuously humbled at Rush's work. It always feels like some type of masterpiece, some type of meal, a gourmet dish of intricate flavors and a beautiful presentation and textures. It's this whole experience that I feel, if I just were to talk a little bit about how it makes me feel, it doesn't do justice. It is art on another level. And I'm not saying that to flatter Rush or you guys who are fans. I'm saying that because I genuinely feel this way. Of course, they fall in a certain type of genre, subgenre, if you will. There are definitely threads throughout their music that make Rush. You hear some of their musical compositions, and as I've been diving into this world, I go, okay, that's Rush, right? Obviously, it's not hip-hop. Obviously, they are not mastering any at all possible genre in the world. They have their style, their genre. And to me, that's the beautiful thing about science, about this world, is that there's so many subcategories, so many different things that are beautiful, though different. And Rush brings such a unique, amazing display of art to us through their music that it just falls in a whole category of its own. And it's this whole separate experience, and it's amazing. I absolutely am blown away by this. I know last time when I was reviewing the album, one of their albums, and I listened to Vital Signs, I said that might be my favorite. I am now questioning my choice. Not that I have to pick, I know, but now I'm questioning if maybe it's Natural Science. And I don't feel that way about all their tracks. I'm mind blown by all of them. I'm amazed. But something like YYZ, for example, was not a song that I would call my favorite, though it was some of the most complex musical arrangements that I had ever heard. But it wasn't one of those songs that I would want to listen to again and again. And, you know, it's more of a piece of art that you experience and then you listen to other things. Natural Sciences is not like that. Natural Sciences is mind-blowing. But somehow it's the type of song I would like to keep listening to. It was an entire experience. At one point, I almost found myself wanting to get emotional because the performance, not even a performance, that word doesn't do justice. The art here was so intricate, but it was so fitting to what's being talked about. Listening to this band over the last several months has humbled me, has made me feel smarter, has exposed me to a world of music that I had not ever experienced before in that way. And now I want to finally dive into the album you have been waiting for. It's exciting. But there is no other place to go. My last hope is that with my death, I may pass into the world of my dream and know peace. And know peace at last. The beautiful waterfall.
The sleep is still in my eyes. The dream is still in my head. I heave a sigh.